You watched your own face for 847 hours, started hating features you'd never noticed. The plastic surgeon said you were their 5th client that week, all remote workers. It started during your 3rd Zoom meeting. You caught yourself staring, not at the presentation, at your own face in the gallery view, the slight asymmetry in your nose, the way your eyes looked smaller on screen. Features that had existed for decades suddenly became unbearable. By week 2, you'd rearranged your entire workspace around the camera angle, tested 17 different lighting setups, downloaded 3 face smoothing apps. The meetings got longer. The staring got worse. Month 1, you started arriving 10 minutes early to adjust your appearance. Month 3, you couldn't remember what you looked like without a screen between you and your reflection. Month 6, you stopped looking in mirrors entirely. They showed the wrong version. The dermatologist called it screen-induced dysmorphia. You called it awareness. Surely everyone could see what you saw. The flaws magnified by pixels and compression artifacts. The face that looked wrong in every video thumbnail, every screenshot, every recording. You started cataloging the problems, numbered them, prioritized them, researched solutions at 2 a.m. while your reflection glowed in the dark room. Consultations replaced lunch breaks. Before and after photos replaced family pictures on your phone. The injections were supposed to help. Smooth the lines the camera emphasized. Lift the features that drooped on screen. Make the digital version match the one in your head. The one that didn't make you want to turn the camera off permanently. But the camera kept finding new problems. The injections created new asymmetries, new concerns, new appointments. The plastic surgeon stopped asking what you wanted fixed. They just asked which meeting screenshot you were showing them this time. Your partner said they couldn't see the difference. Not in person, not on screen. That made it worse somehow. They were looking at the same face you were seeing, and they couldn't see the problems, which meant either you were losing your mind or they weren't paying attention. You chose to believe they weren't paying attention. The surgery was supposed to be minor, just tweaking what the camera distorted. The recovery was 2 weeks. You told work it was a medical procedure. Technically true. You told family it was necessary. Also true. You didn't tell anyone it was because you couldn't stand the face in the gallery view anymore. The bandages came off. The swelling went down. You looked exactly how the surgeon promised. Better, more symmetrical, more camera ready. You scheduled a video call to test it. You looked wrong. Different wrong. New wrong. The nose was fixed, but now the chin looked weak. The eyes were bigger, but now the forehead looked too prominent. The camera found new flaws in the corrected canvas. New problems to solve. New procedures to schedule. The surgeon showed you the before photos. You looked at them like they were a stranger. That person looked fine, normal, human. When did you stop looking human? When did you start looking like something trying to be camera ready instead? Your company announced a return to office. 3 days a week, in-person meetings, face-to-face conversations. You should have felt relieved. No more camera, no more gallery view, no more staring at your own face for 8 hours straight. Instead, you panicked. Because now people would see you in real life, in uncontrolled lighting, from angles you couldn't adjust, without filters or virtual backgrounds or the ability to stare at yourself and micro-correct in real time. The office had mirrors. Conference rooms had glass walls. Nowhere to hide from the face you'd rebuilt for a webcam. The therapist called it video conference dysmorphia, said it was an epidemic, that cosmetic surgeons were seeing record numbers of patients asking to look better on Zoom. People who'd been fine with their faces for 40 years suddenly convinced they were broken, not broken in real life, broken in pixels. You asked if it was reversible. They said the procedures weren't. The thinking was, with work, with distance from the screen, with remembering what you looked like before you spent 2 years staring at yourself through a camera lens that was never designed to be a mirror. You don't remember anymore what you looked like before. You have photos, but they look like someone else. Someone who didn't know their nose was asymmetrical. Someone who didn't spend $20,000 trying to optimize for ring light and HD compression. Your calendar still shows 30 hours of meetings per week. Your camera still shows your face in the corner of the screen. Small now, minimized. You told yourself you'd stop looking. You still look. The face looking back isn't the one you were born with, isn't the one you rebuilt. It's the one the camera created, pixel by pixel, meeting by meeting, screenshot by screenshot. until the original became irretrievable. The plastic surgeon has a waiting list now, 6 months out, all remote workers, all describing the same problems, all showing the same screenshots, all hating features they'd never noticed until they spent years watching themselves on camera. You're scheduled for a follow-up consultation. You don't remember what you're fixing this time. You just know the face in the gallery view still looks wrong. Search video conference dysmorphia if you want to see the case studies. They started collecting data in 2021. The waiting lists are still growing,